3D printing is completely disrupting the print-on-demand space. Rather than being stuck with just t-shirts and mugs, we're able to actually create objects that are fully original and completely differentiated from anybody else, and also can be protected. Rather than just having his white t-shirt with a picture on it and his white t-shirt with a picture on it competing against each other, we can have her 3D printed item that is going to beat everybody else. So here are 5 print-on-demand business ideas using 3D printing that can completely separate your store from what anybody else is doing. The first one, cookie cutters. Cookie cutters are a fantastic business. The way you can get this done is you can go to a website called CookieCAD and you can upload 2D images. If you're not an artist, you can use AI to help you with this, but you can create cookie cutters targeted towards a particular niche. Maybe ninjas, maybe pets, maybe parties and fun times, or whatever it happens to be. But you can create cookie cutter designs. You can then upload those models to a plugin like the Slant 3D, Etsy plugin, or Shopify plugin. And then whenever the order comes through, those items will be 3D printed and shipped directly to your customer, exactly the same as Printify or any of the rest of them that do the normal print-on-demand stuff. But those cookie cutters is a really great place to start. Next up, nightlights. Nightlights can be a little bit tougher to set up because the Slant 3D does not support third-party components, but what you can do is you can create lithophanes. These are called lithophanes, where you shine light through and then you see the object through the white nightlight. What happens is you can go to lithophanemaker.com, and then here you can upload an image, and it'll create a nightlight for you. You can upload that 3D model to the Slant plugin, and then inside of your store, make sure that you list the actual little light modules themselves. People can purchase those light modules either from you, or you can set up a drop shipping option from a manufacturer for those as well. That way they're able to order the lithophanes, the nightlight covers, from Slant 3D, and they'll print and ship them for you, and then they can order the nightlights separately. And the way you can peg this out is that the nightlights come separately so that people can get different covers and change them with the season. So you could actually set these out in batches or sets where it's like, oh, the Christmas nightlights, or oh, the Halloween nightlights, and have 3 or 4 different versions rather than selling just one, so that they can change those out, and then they also get the nightlights, which you could potentially sell in like different colors and that kind of thing, so that there is a reason to have them separate. Otherwise, people get a nightlight cover and they're just like, where's the nightlight? So make sure that's really clear when you're communicating for this particular print-on-demand business. Number 3, phone stands. Phone stands are a really great print-on-demand item. In this case, you actually want to start with like a generic phone stand design, and then you're able to put different cool designs on top of it. They might be logos or nifty little artworks that you've created. You can create a phone stand for iPhones and all that kind of thing, so that you're meeting those niches of those particular fandoms of these particular products. You can find a 3D model for a phone stand online by going to Patreon or Cults or Thingiverse, and make sure that you pull down a commercial license approved model to make sure that you're following the licensing terms. You can then modify those models in something like 3D Builder, or maybe you can pull down Autodesk 360, or if you want to, you can go to Fiverr and hire a designer to work for you to create all of these variations. You can then upload those items to the Slant app, and whenever an order comes through, they'll print and ship it out for you. Number 4, topographical maps. You want to go to a website that's called Terrain2STL, and you're able to pull out topographical 3D models of any place on Earth. It could be Hawaii, it could be a bay, it could be the mountains, it could be Crater Lake, it could be your local hiking trail. Then you can take those 3D models and upload them straight to the Slant app. Make sure that they're oriented correctly. Do you want them printed on the side to where they have a really nice clean feature, or do you want to print them vertically where the topographical lines come out from the mountains themselves? This is something where you really want to order a couple of samples from yourself to make sure it's coming out the way that you want to. But this is a great way to create a really customized experience, because you can target the ads towards a particular locale. Oh, there's this big hiking trail coming up this time of the year. Let's get a topographical map out of that people can carry along with them. You might make them long and skinny or fat, or you can turn them into like wall mount items that can be framed. There's all kinds of directions to go with this. If you really want to improve them too and go beyond just what Terrain2STL spits out, you can take those models and then insert like a keyhole in the back and that kind of thing. So there's a lot of ways to roll with this that aren't always very possible. Number 5, organizers. There are a lot of organizer sets out there that, again, you can download from like Thingiverse and Patreon and MakerWorld that are set up to work with each other. There's Gridfinity, there's Threadboard, all of these. And you can get a commercial license to those by supporting like the Patreon and paying a monthly licensing fee. But if you want to, you can actually create your own. Organizers are not a very difficult item to design and modify. If you are new to CAD, they're actually a really good way to practice if it's your first time around. So you can create just a normal box and then design it for specific items. Maybe it's for organizing sewing thread bobbins or fishing tackle or jewelry, whatever it happens to be. You can design these boxes that are very focused towards a specific group of people that need that item and just start solving these very small problems. You can then create a store with dozens or hundreds of these different organizers, and then whenever an order comes through, it is 3D printed and shipped right out the door. This one does require that you start learning a little bit more about CAD, but that's really good because as you know more about CAD, you can create more unique types of items that keep you separated from the competition, which was never really possible before. So these are all some great businesses that have done really well. You can check out these types of stores on Etsy or Shopify that have been selling tens of thousands of dollars of merchandise. And in this case, you don't even have to have a print farm to do it. You can just create really cool products that you know your customers will buy. Subscribe below if you want to see more videos about print-on-demand businesses using 3D printing. We do a video every week at least talking about how you can create these different businesses and really leverage this new type of print-on-demand technology that's never been possible before.